Albertet de Sestaro, sometimes called Albertet de Terascon, was a Provençal jongleur and troubadour from the Gapençais. Of his total oeuvre, 23 poems survive. Albertet or Albertetz is the Occitan diminutive of Albert.Unqualified. It usually refers to Albertet de Sestaro, but there was an Albertet Cailla. According to his Vita, he was the son of a noble jongleur named Asar, one of whose pieces may survive. Albertet was reputed for his voice and for the innovative melodies of his short cansos, but not for his lyrics. Fellow troubadour U.C. de Lescure praised Albertet's ben dir. He was a welcomed performer and conversationist in court society. Much of his life was spent at Orange, where he grew wealthy before moving to Lombardy, where he remained from 1210 to 1221. In Italy he frequented the courts of Savoy, Montferrat, Malaspina, Genoa, and the Este in Ferrara. At the Escort he probably came into contact with Guillemot Novella, Aymeric de Pegulhan, and Aymeric de Bellenoy. He also travelled west of Provence as far as Montferrand, where he met Dalfi d'Alvena, Gauchelm-Fidet, and Perel, and by some accounts he even took refuge in Spain at some point. Eventually he returned to Sisteron in the Forcalquier, where he died. One of Albertet's most famous works is a satire which heaps praise on 7 prominent women of his time, notably Beatrice of Savoy, wife of Raymond Berengard IV of Provence. There is also a tenso between Albertet and Aymeric de Pegulhan. Albert's shows at Savos to Seine. This tenso is evidence that Albertet called himself Albert, though later scribes usually employed the diminutive. Albertet also composed a tenso with Aymeric de Bellenoy. He praised Augier and Gauchelm-Fidet, and he honored Perel by name in one tornado. Asides from this request to Perel, Albertet elsewhere begged his lady to learn his poems, possibly with an eye to the propagation through further singing and recitation. Despite his reputation as a musician, only 2 of his surviving works, the Emos Coraches Emis Camjats and A. Me no fi chantar foyer ni floors, have complete melodies, though one other is partially extant. There is another piece, a discourse entitled Belle Emis Oime, which does not survive with music in its only manuscript, but which might have been the model for the strophic La Belle Emis Litans of the Trouvère. Colin Mousset, another Trouvère, Juif, was probably influenced by a piece of Albertet's in composing the text for his song beginning par Grant. Each piece of Albertet's surviving musical work is distinct, though on the whole it is conservative, written within 1/10 interval, syllabic with melismas only at the ends of phrases. Emos Coraches is conventional but ornate, and Moncour appears to have been composed, and A. Me no fi chantar is complex and subtle, written in a simple style, but with unique intervals and phrasing.